Welcome to the Elegance of Nae. I'm your host, Nae, and on this podcast, we'll be talking about a variety of topics with amazing stories. Let's get into it, shall we? Hey guys, before we begin the show, we just want to give a quick shout out to TC's Art Gallery. That is T as in Tom, C as in Cat, S as in Sam, Art Gallery. They do amazing social media advertisement, logo design, website design, and they even help with social media management. Check them out today at TC's Art Gallery, LLC.square.site. All right, let's start the show. Welcome back to the Elegance of Nae Podcast. I'm your host, Nae, and we have the lovely Shammah in the building. How you doing?
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Yeah, how you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. How are you mentally and physically today?
Mentally, I'm good. It'd be tough sometimes, but I fight and I win. Physically, I feel good. I'm exercising a little bit, eating things that my body says are good. Shopping at Joe Randazzo. So I don't think you can talk to me any kind of way. It's not gonna fly. But yeah, I'm good.
That's good.
I'm good. What about you?
I've been good. Mentally good. Just been trying to get this equipment together.
Okay.
But besides that, physically been doing good too. Try to bike ride every morning or every other morning.
Good stuff.
Getting good. So just gotta get back to trying to eat 3 times.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the new goal.
Yes.
But getting so busy that one time, just be like, well, you made it. So, yeah. So, let's get into it. So, how were you growing up as a kid? Like, where did you grow up?
I grew up on Detroit's West Side. You feel me? West Side, Best. Don't do that. West Side, Best Side.
I don't know about all that. It's East Side for me all day. You feel me? Even though I did a little time on West, but it's just a little time on West. You feel me?
Well, I'd like to go on record and say I've never done anything.
When not that type of time that y'all thinking. But
no, that's funny. But no beef though. It's all
yeah,
Detroit.
it's all good. Yeah, it's all love. Detroit all day. Okay, so how were you growing up though?
I was different. I'm different now, but I was different.
In what way?
So I feel like I was okay. I'm gonna say this. I'm getting back to this, but I feel like I was a lot more audacious. I was a lot more bold growing up.
Making bold moves.
Yeah, But now I have a filter and I hate it all. I be wanting to sometimes, but
the Lord said no. Like, down my child.
And my only thing about that is like you pair, speaking out and being bold with some wisdom, and you good. You know what I'm saying? I don't think either side is the right side to be on. Or no, I'm saying that wrong. You shouldn't be too far either side, whether you are real bold or like real reserved. You gotta find a middle ground because there's gonna be times where you gotta speak up.
Yeah, you gotta speak up for yourself. Don't let nobody.
You feel me? And so, but I grew up surrounded by family. Like it was the greatest thing ever. First of all, my family, there's 6 siblings, so it's my parents and then 6 of us, and I'm the second to youngest. So you can imagine.
Full house.
Yeah, and you can imagine why I would have to speak up and make my voice heard.
Right, especially as the youngest.
So, but yeah, surrounded by love. Like the house that I was born in, it was a duplex. One side we had my mom, dad, and then the 6 of us. And then the other side of the duplex, it was my aunt, my cousins, and then my grandma and grandpa. So
always around family.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So if your parents wasn't home, you still was being watched.
We said we're good. We're Gucci over here. So, but yeah, there was that. I grew up in church, so that was another family. Let's see. When we moved from that house, it was just my family. It was immediate family, and but our house became the house for the block. Like all the kids like came to our house. Like we had a close friends across the street. Like James and Leah, it was our nigga, you know. And then like you get to the corner, you got Christian and Taylor. Like it was great. You go a little further down, you got like some of the other kids. It was a lot. I
can imagine though. Everybody coming because they all got a full house.
Summers were so lit.
Yeah, I bet. Probably the fullest house on the block.
Man, but see, we had to stay outside. It was nope. But my mom gonna watch from the window and make sure everything's good though.
She gonna peek out like, huh?
What
you doing? You good?
Oh yeah, definitely. What's going on out there?
Anybody hurt? Okay.
Golly, that's so funny. But yeah, so surrounded by love, surrounded by family, surrounded by fun. It was a really good time. And it was funny because our parents were like really strict. Like, you know, some stuff I think about, I'd be like, I was doing a little too much. But like for the most part, I'd be like, thank you. Thank you. Well done.
Right.
Standing O.
Thanks for being the parents you deserve to be.
Great job, Mike and Cheryl. Great job. But we couldn't when we went down one side of the block, we could only go 3 houses down because it got real ratchet,
Detroit.
real drug dealerish, real scandalous, and my mom was not having it. But on the other side, we could go to the corner because the people that lived there, they were saved and like, you know, we was friends and whatever. And we would literally have church and like different weddings. It was great. It was a good time. So yeah. Okay. Sing it, making up our own songs, everything. It was great. It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
All creative children.
Yeah. So that is, I guess, my childhood in a nutshell.
That's good. So how was it for you in church?
Church was so much fun. Now, actually, no, there was nothing not fun about church. Sometimes.
Let's get into it.
So, okay, so I go to Straight Gate, right? And my bishop, he's real old school. He's anointed man of God, just great. Great, nothing but good things to say about it. Now, when you got a word in your belly, sometimes, you know, you belabor the hour. Sometimes the spirit be moving and, you know, you think you move in this window of time and he's like, nope, let's extend that. If you want me to move or no? Okay. Yeah. And so literally some Sundays we would be in church until 4:00 and we start at 10.
So Black people church, I feel you. We not in no time frame. Literally, we in time existence. We're just gonna always.
And we had children's church too, right? And so we would be back there just waiting. What is going on? What's happening?
Like, are they
it's
okay?
4:00. The staff like, do we gotta give them another snack because it's
like we run out of food back here, y'all. Are y'all good up there?
You know what's going on? What's going on? There's gonna be something. Like, tell me what's going on. So, but church was a lot of fun. Children's church was really great. I was really active in children's church. I was the kid who was like, I know the answers.
Okay? Like, okay.
I listen. Pick me to read.
Like pick me.
I got the answers.
The definition of pick me now.
Okay.
Like, I got your answers.
We used to. It was so well done too. Like everything was so well done. Like children's church, we had our day laid out. We had praise and worship. We had the lesson, we had a snack, we had games, we had Spanish, we had sign language.
Not y'all learning languages in church. All right, y'all better come.
Like we had it together. Do you hear me? Together, and so of course it was just fun. Like I made a lot of friends, and like it was just a good time.
You seem like you would make a lot of friends. You seem like a very social butterfly.
You know, it got weird because, like I said, I'm low-key a weirdo. Not the weirdo that you need. No. Listen. Not the kind of weirdo that you need to like, that you side-eye when I come around. Not the type of weirdo that you need to. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, no, not that. I'm not the kind of weirdo that you need to warn your friends about. Okay? I'm not the kind of weirdo that you need to tell your homegirls, hey, Don't go out with him. Don't find yourself alone. I'm not that kind of weirdo.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm the kind of weirdo where it's like, what planet are you on right now? Like, what do you... And so the weird thing for me was learning how much do I give people? You know, like staying genuine, always being myself. That's never going to change. But not even how much time, but how much of my personality and my you know, to give people. Because I don't need you looking at me funny.
Right.
If I feel like you can't handle my weirdness, I'm gonna love you. You know, and I'm gonna love you. You know,
from a distance.
Because I can't have you that close to me, and you got me feeling some type of way about who I am.
And you can't be your genuine self.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I feel that.
So,
that plays a role into all types of stages in your life.
Yeah, and honestly, that was something that was ongoing for me. So I am really social. Like I am really like, hey, I'm not the type to like initiate conversation. I don't do that. I don't walk up to strangers and just be like,
no, y'all gotta approach me.
You know, if we in the same space, maybe if you ask me a random question about something and I get to talk, but like I'm not. Hi, I'm Shammah. Want to be my friend? I don't.
He like, no, I ain't that friendly, but I'm friendly. Okay. So how was it for you growing up in school, like elementary up until like middle school?
God. Okay. School was. I was about to lie straight through my teeth and say school was fun.
Tell the truth now. Tell the truth.
Okay, I was a really smart
kid. Had fun moments.
I had fun moments. I had some really good
time.
Oh God! But that's really funny. Yeah, I was a smart kid, and I credit that to just being second youngest. Like I have 4 older brothers, so like stuff that they were learning, like when they was coming home, I was learning it too. Or if they just felt moved to, show off what they know, like I'm here. I know how to write in cursive. Bet, teach me. This is how to write my name. Great. In first grade, writing my name in cursive on the paper, and my teacher's like, what's going on? Who is this kid?
What is happening? Am I supposed to be the teacher? Is he teaching me? Like, what are we doing?
So, but yeah. Now I'll say this. Kindergarten was great. Kindergarten, I was real chill. My first prime example here. The first friend I made in kindergarten, we became friends because I told him his breath stank. Now here's the story, right? It's first day of kindergarten, right?
I mean, little kids are the most bluntest children. They will tell you to your face, you don't look good. Like not the right hair choice.
But I didn't put too much on it. Well, I may have put a little.
Your breath stank.
Because here's the thing. First day of kindergarten, we get our assigned seats. Here, you sit there. He comes in, loud, proud, friendly, nice guy, nice fellow, but just a little too close.
Oh,
just a little too close.
So clearly close enough, as you said.
So you need to know. You need to know. If you're gonna be this close, let me help you. Your breath is Bruce Lee in me right now, and I can't have that. So, but he was real cool about it. Like I said, he was like, "Cool, let's be friends." I said, "Okay." But so kindergarten, I was really chill. I was just smart. I don't know why, but this one kid used to bully me. Anyway,
we always had those ones.
And then first grade, I was wild, and I'm not gonna say I don't know what happened. I'm saying that's another story for another day.
Okay.
But I was a wild one. And so, but we got it together. Yeah. You got this. Really good. No, but I got it together. Low key, first grade was when I got saved, and I remember it because it was New Year's Eve, 1999.
Oh my God.
And so, I didn't care enough about this particular thing, but everybody thought the world was going to end. You don't know? Oh God,
We'll get into that.
But the real brief of it is basically people literally thought the world was going to end, like changing over from 1999 to the year 2000.
Oh,
yeah. Y2K.
No, that makes
Y2K. Look it up.
That makes sense.
But so, like I said, I'm 6. It's neither here nor there. I truly believe that I have my whole life ahead of me, and here we are. But I got saved that night. It was a lot of people, like the altar was full, but that was the night I got saved. And literally, like, I went back to school and like I was a different human. Like,
different in what way?
Like, I used to be so reckless. I used to talk reckless. I used to behave recklessly. I used to get sent to this teacher's name, Miss Hyde. I used to get sent to her class to sit and skip gym because I was acting up. Yeah, and it was embarrassing because she taught kindergarten. And so I'm in there only a year older, but I'm embarrassed because I'm like, not only am I in trouble, but I'm older than y'all and I gotta sit in this class. Anyway.
It's kind of like a lesson, but not lesson.
So, but yeah, came back. I was really well behaved. Like I was way more chill.
You matured.
I'm listen. So, but yeah, and so from then on, like I didn't have behavior problems. I did have a temper, and that faded away a little more slowly. Because if you try me, you know,
don't get tried. I mean, hey,
I'm not.
Don't tempt something if you don't want it.
I'm not the one.
Or the two.
Because when I get to going, I'm not the one to take me off your list. How about that? If you have me on the list, take me off.
He was one of those.
Cause I was chill. Like
I'm in my own world. Don't come interrupted.
I was friendly and I was social, but I was also like quiet.
Right.
Like if you're not sitting next to me, you don't know
who I am.
You don't know.
You won't know why. Yep.
And at the same time, if you come from over there and you try me, you're gonna find out.
Right.
You're gonna find out.
I ain't gonna lie. Me and my siblings, I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I'll put it out there. So growing up, a little small story time. So growing up, me and my siblings, we all went to anger management. Literally every last one of us. I don't know about my youngest sibling. I don't know about my youngest brother, but I do know all three of the eldest children went there because we got that, I believe, no offense that, but I think we got it from him. And yeah, so we went to anger management, and honestly, growing up in middle school when I went to Ward Academy, it was interesting because a lot of people was like, oh, like, why you keep leaving class? Like, what you going to class for? And I'm like, you want to find out? Like, that was my motive. Like, I used to think sometimes where I used to have moments where I'd be like, am I overdoing it? Like, is it me or is it y'all? It's probably me. I was like, no, it might be me a little bit. Because sometimes, you know, if you're a kid, you can be a little over dramatic on certain cases.
Absolutely.
But people really be trying you.
They do.
And you'll be like,
why?
Why
do I need
to? They need to get guided.
And that be the thing. You don't understand how. If I'm going off on you, I need you to understand. It took me a lot to get to this point.
Yes.
Because I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
We tried to stop ourselves.
I tried hard.
But you kept pushing, and you got what you asked. Okay.
So, but yeah, I was that kid. And thankfully, I didn't have too many incidents where it was like, Mr. and Mrs. Carter, we have your son in the office.
Right, you need to come pick up this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like having tantrums.
No, I didn't do. I didn't do. I say my tantrums were saved for at home.
Good. You said
if I'm out in public, it was literally just if you mess with the bull, you get the horn. That's what we do in public. I have enough decorum and home training, you know, to know
your parents
we
don't do that outside.
Yeah, we don't cut up. At home, I make no promises. In public, I got you.
You want the one or the two? Which one?
You know, But yeah, so I was that kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was that kid. Yeah. So, but after halfway through first grade, gave my life to Christ, and you know, behavior problems were not a thing. I was talkative. Because you know, if you hand out papers and you know I'm finishing them before everybody else,
I mean, I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna do something.
I'm bored. We got to fill the time.
Like, what we doing?
You know, so I was that kid.
So how were you in middle school? Like going into middle school?
Middle school was really weird. So, okay, it's a little bit of background. I went to the school, which is now called Detroit Service Learning Academy. When I went, and when it was first built, it was called YMCA Service Learning Academy. So me and my brothers went literally the year that it was built, like the 99-2000 school year, like we was in that mode.
And I've been there too.
That's wild.
I went there too.
That's wild.
And that's where I said I got my little piece of West Side. Literally.
Oh God. Well,
because growing up, me and my dad used to stay on the West Side. He used to stay on Cooley, and it was me and my older brother, and then my youngest brother came, and then his sister came. So we all was up in there. We defended this. I'll get it today.
Oh yeah, so that's the school I went to, and I went there from first grade to sixth grade. Right after sixth grade counts as middle school. So I was cool. Like I've been at this school this whole time. I'm cool. I know people.
You pretty much grew up there.
I'm in my group. You know what I'm saying? So I'm cool. We moved. So seventh grade, I go to a different school, and you're talking about a shell, like. Then people have no idea who I am for real, because when I moved, I'm like, I don't know anybody here. Like it's a whole.
You gotta start all over.
It's a whole different thing, and so like the atmosphere was different, the kids were different. Like it was. We're gonna call it medium ghetto. Medium ghetto. Now here's the.
Not you ranging the ghetto.
You have to. I can listen. I love me some ghetto, but it's only so far I'm gonna go.
Now was it the ratchet ghetto or was it just? Because you know it's two different.
No, it was just ghetto, but it was medium ghetto. So here it is, right? Black kids, maybe like 10 white kids in the whole school. This is Southfield. So, I mean, that should put things in more perspective for you. And so, it was like, we can turn up, we can go there, but like here in school, like we don't really do that. You know, our parents, they got us out here in this school because we don't go fully ghetto. That's what I mean by medium ghetto.
So it's like y'all had a little code switching in the middle of that. This what that sounds like.
Just a teeny bit. It was a little more cultured.
There we go. That's what I'm.
Yeah, it was a little more cultured. And so, but I went there, and like I said, it was just a whole different thing. I had to refine my groove. Like, I got to meet new people. Like I said, I'm not going to walk up to you and be like, "Hi, I'm Shammah, want to be my friend." That's not me at all. If you come grab me out the corner, cool, we can be friends. You know, if your vibe is cool. If your vibe is cool.
But if you're weird.
Yeah, I'm
see ya. Then the work.
God bless you.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so it was just a lot of shock to me. And yeah, 7th grade was a little, I don't know, I'm not gonna say I had no personality, but like it wasn't radiating.
It
like
was no pizzazz.
You know.
It was just, ooh.
I'm here. I'm just here. And
another
then
day.
You know? And then a big part of my identity in school was being like top of my class, like the smartest. Like we used to do tests at YMCA, and like, do y'all still do benchmarks? I'll take that as a yes. I used to kill benchmarks. Like every last one of my tests was no less than like, well, some days I had my off days, but nothing was ever less than like maybe a high 80, but typically hundreds, like 96, that type of thing, you know. And when they did benchmark patrol, like they already knew. Did they still do that?
They already knew what was up.
They already knew what was up. We stopping by room 206 because Shammah's there, okay? And he killed benchmark. That was me. That was like in the whole school, like we had SFA, you know, this horrible, dreadful 90 minutes at the beginning of every single day.
I didn't understand it.
Horrible.
We just woke up.
Horrible.
Did y'all feed me?
Nothing. And you want me to sit here for
breakfast to be dry. There barely be no milk.
Nothing. Neutral grade bars.
It was the small bowls of cereal.
Yes.
What am I doing with this?
Yes.
And then it was the plain one. What am I doing with plain Cheerios?
Please.
What are we doing with plain Cheerios?
Please.
We used to really be fighting over who gonna get the what was the Apple Jacks versus the Cheerios, man.
Yeah.
Used to be a debate.
Yeah. Now, see, I would have caught a break because if they call you in alphabetical order or something like that, my last name is Carter, so I was a
little lucky too because carry on.
You see, and so you get top pickings if they do stuff like that. But
that's if they chose last name one day.
Yeah.
But sometimes they like to switch
and go back.
And go back. It's like I had. Remember yesterday? No, we don't.
You don't say the alphabet backwards. You say it forward.
What we doing?
Fix it.
No, go back.
So, but SFA, 90-minute reading class, I was always 2 grade levels ahead of, where I was. And not only that, but like nobody else in my class was in my reading class. Like I was in a class full of older kids from my reading class.
You said it right.
Like 4.0 is easy. Like that was just, is what I did.
That's what's up.
So, but that was a big part of my identity. Moving to this school, it was a lot more smart people, and I was middle now. And so it's like, not only do I not, but like I don't even have my safe space, which is like being smart.
Yeah.
And it's not that I was just.
So it's like more of a challenge for you.
Yeah, and it's not like my smarts just turned off. It was like, this is a little more regular. We're moving higher as a unit.
Right. We not with the basic class no more. We with the.
And I had my moments. Like math is my thing, right? So I got put in the regular math class, and then after like maybe a couple. Oh God, I just thought about this. I'll tell you the story in a second. But I got put in the regular math class after a couple of weeks. The teacher was like, "You don't belong in this class. Like, we need to put you in IS math." And so I was like, "But I don't want to do that." And that was just me being like, I've had enough change. I've had enough shock to my system.
Down.
Like, you want to move me again?
Right, like, can I stay here?
And so they was just like, it's cool. Like, you're smart and you need to be challenged. So I moved next door to the smart math class. And then fell through the middle. So, yeah, my confidence was not there. That was a big part of it. That was a huge part of it. The confidence factor was not there.
But was the challenge for you greater over time though? Since you're like, okay, well, since I'm not the smartest kid anymore, or I felt like I'm not the smartest kid, it's more of a challenge and more of like, okay, we all kind of on the same level.
No, because part of me was like, I don't even care enough. Like.
You're just like, okay, it's another math.
Yeah, like before it was like, okay, I'm already smart and I'm doing what I'm doing just because that's what's in me to do. But now there's a level of celebration that I get for it. Like there's a level of benchmark patrol. Like this is benchmark patrol, okay? You take the test, you go back to your class. The next day they get the scores and everything. They come around with a bullhorn through the hallways in the middle of the school day. Okay, they come with a cart full of goodies, balloons, all that. They make huge noise about it. And you pulling up on me like that, I feel great.
Right.
I feel like I'm on top of the world. Now that I'm falling to the middle, or now that it's a little more common, I had to be like, it don't feel the same. And so I had to be like, okay, I'm not doing this for accolades anymore. I'm not doing this for reward anymore. I'm doing this for me. And that's when I switched to I don't really care that much anymore.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, it's not like the smarts turned off. It was just like my confidence, and then the fact that like now I'm truly doing it for me. Like I'm deciding, is this what I want to do? Like, do I want to perform and show out for myself? No, I don't care enough to do that. Not in school anyway. But yeah, and then so end of 7th grade comes, I make friends. My confidence is up a little bit because at the end of the school year, a few people found out I could sing because I auditioned for the choir.
I was just gonna ask you, did you do any extracurricular activities? That's
I did. At that time, it was just track and choir and band too. But yeah, but at the end of the school year, I auditioned to be in the choir next year, and it was funny because I was on punishment at the time. I forgot what I did, but I was on punishment.
Hey guys, it's shout out break time. We want to take a quick little break to show our love and support to our lovely Shammah with Guard Your Heart. The flow of your heart controls the flow of your life. Proverbs 4:23. And if you check out his website, it has some really dope merch on there with the hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more. Check it out at guardyourheart.company.site. And he has a podcast called Guard Your Heart. Show the love and support on there. Like, follow, and subscribe to him. And all of his information will be down below in the description or in the bio. All right, back to the show. Life.
So at the end of 7th grade, they found out I could sing because I went to audition for the choir for next year, right? The choir that year was all girls, whatever. But audition for the choir, I was on punishment at the time. I forgot what I did. I forgot.
I was about to say, give me the deeds.
No, I truly I don't remember at all what I did.
Really? You gotta ask them.
Maybe, but I don't think they would know either. I don't know. It's a blur. It's all a blur. I really don't remember. Anyway, but when I auditioned for the choir, I had to stay after school and do that. And I only remember that I was on punishment because I stayed after school audition. They told me it was like, very tough. You got in. All right. See you next year in the choir. And then I went home, and I was obviously late coming home. And my dad was like, anybody tell you could audition for no choir? You on punishment. And I was like, I didn't think that counted, but whatever. And the deed is done. I'm already in, so.
So they let you continue since?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was literally just like.
Some parents be like, well, you're still on.
I would have been mad if he would have Rita Watsoned me. I would have been so mad.
Because some parents are actually like that, where they be like, well, I told you you're on punishment. I didn't tell you to go in audition for after school program.
But it wasn't an after school program. It was like part of the regular school day.
Okay.
So.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
Some extracurriculars are after school.
Yeah. But no, day choir was a big, when I tell you, them niggas could sing. I was, at the beginning of the year, they had this benefit concert because Hurricane Katrina had just happened. So they had a benefit concert. I went to the concert. Singing. 12 and 13 years old, and I'm sitting back there blown away. I said,
so they were singing.
They were singing.
Oh, okay.
They were singing.
All right.
Oh my gosh. The girls' choir, they sang, if you wanna be somebody, if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Okay. And so to this day, they are the reason why that song is living rent-free in my head.
In everybody's head.
Like I promise, like the girl who led it, her name is Carlisha. God, talking about her voice. I pray to God that she still be singing. I pray to God. And if you ever hear this, please, you just, and she would probably be like, I cannot believe that, number one, you remember that, and number two, that you still sing that. Yes. Yeah, you did that.
For one, that song
is that.
Like, if you sing, not even.
But I didn't know it before they sang it, though.
Yeah.
I didn't know before they sang it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
it was just singing. Ooh, I feel it.
They killed it. Hitting the harmonies, and they killed it. Good God. Anyway, fast forward. I joined the choir, right? And then I find out that we're moving again.
Oh, wow.
So 6th, 7th, and 8th grade were all different schools. And this time I'm pissed because I'm...
That hurts. That's worse than being on punishment. That is, because you know you're into it. Good. Now you're in it. You got the feel of it. You got the vibe of it. And now you got to move. So now that feels worse than them saying, okay, but you on punishment. I didn't tell you can join.
No, that was so much worse.
Yeah,
that was so much worse.
Now, would you rather for them to say that then, at that point? I'd rather for y'all to tell me I couldn't join if you was gonna do that.
You know, because you just yoinked me in the...
Like, yeet, no, we gonna leave.
And it was like, we didn't know. Like, me and my siblings didn't... maybe, I don't know. Maybe some of them know. Maybe some of them, I don't really know. But anyway, yeah, it was really random to me.
Wow.
So like, beginning of the school year starts, in the choir, I'm thinking at 8th grade, this is where we at. This is what we're doing. Not so. It was like maybe a little more than halfway through the semester or whatever. Like we moved. Oh, my first day of school at my new school was the day before Halloween. So from September, that's not that long, but it was long enough that we had practiced some songs. Yeah, I had earned myself a solo in one of the songs, and I'm ready to be gearing up for a concert. You know what I'm saying? But I won't turn my back again. Your Honor, I'll defend. So hurry home till then. Till then. That was my part.
Okay.
That was my part.
That I was. The vocals.
Thank you. But that was my part. That was my solo, and I was ready. I was so ready, and then it's like, we gone. We out of here.
Wow.
Now, I'll give it to my parents because they had the decency to put me in choir, going to this new school. You know what I'm saying? They had everything set, and they was like,
because they're like, that was kind of messed up.
You know,
let me at least help you a little bit, so you can just go ahead through. But you still gotta get to know new people. You gotta find your part again. If you can get the part, it's more into it.
And what's worse, now this is just the choir part. I could have stomached the whole school year a lot easier if our choir was banging. It was not. It was
not no woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Not.
It was woulda, coulda, shoulda.
It was shouldn't, wouldn't, didn't. Because what are we doing here? Listen. I would have read them real. At my old school, they wasn't struggling with harmonies like this. Okay, you flat. You're not on your part. We didn't have that problem.
Not you turn me into the vocal coach. Oh my Lord!
Right, like we ain't gotta. Nah, the teacher was great. The teacher was great. I loved her. She was really she helped me a lot. Like, my guess is that my parents, when they put me in choir, they had probably an extended conversation with her. She was a middle-aged black lady, church-going woman.
Okay.
You know,
Amen.
So I already know how my parents are. And so, when I came to class, she was expecting me. She was like, welcome, blah, blah, whatever. But that didn't make up for the lack
of the strength that they needed.
Good God. Oh, my God. But the songs wasn't slapping. They wasn't. It was
just like, y'all could do
a lot better. But anywho, so 8th grade, and no slight, but the differences are apparent. I'm not gonna say it the way I thought to say it. I moved from Southfield, Farmington. Okay. And so, yeah. So, but their choir wasn't doing it like how we was doing it over there. And it was just a lot. So again, meeting new people, all that stuff. And I think the confidence, it went up a little bit because I didn't care as much to meet new people
So you just were there, but you were just like, okay, I meet you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that. So being there as you, like, so taking your vocals and music and going into it, did you continue that from 9th through 12th grade as well? Or okay. So how was it going into, were you in the same school? Did you change again?
No, we didn't move again, thank God. But of course, you go from middle school to high school, right? So high school, 9th grade year, for whatever reason, it didn't line up where I could take band and choir. So 9th grade year, I did band. That was cool. That was a good change of pace because now.
What instruments did you do?
I play saxophone.
All right, now they got the vocals and the wind.
Listen, and I'm a little rusty, but I know what I'm doing, and I can make it look like I really know what I'm doing. That is funny. But it was a good change of pace because band was my first class of the day. So now I don't gotta wake up to
let's get to work. Let's read.
I get to wake up to music.
Right. Which is, and then you play the sax. So okay, wake up. Let's get into it.
Now I'll say this about their band though.
They was on point.
They was on point.
Okay.
They was on point. I said.
Now y'all better than choir. I like this.
Oh, it's not even comparable. But they was killing. So so I did band 9th grade year, and then 10th grade through senior year I did choir.
Okay. Did they get better by then?
It was a lot different. Middle school choir is like, I'm just here. High school choir is like,
it was actually
I want to be here.
Okay, so they took it more seriously. Like, okay, I can do this in my actual career.
Way more serious, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a good time. It was a really good time.
So in your senior year, where did you see yourself going with your skills already?
I had no idea.
No idea.
Believe it or not, I really didn't know that, like, as much as I love to sing and as much as I did sing, like I said, I grew up in church. I joined the music department at church when I was 6. Like, it was, or maybe 5. Like, literally, they put out the call for the kids choir, and it was like, bring your kids. I don't know, whatever age it was, I was a year younger. So I couldn't technically join.
Right.
But my brothers could. And so they went, and me and my mom sitting in the back of the chapel, and I'm sitting on the edge of my seat the entire time because I'm like, I have to be in the choir. Like, y'all not gonna leave me out of this. And so
you were intrigued, you were interested, you were like,
because that was what we was doing at home. Like at home we was singing, like
you grew up with singing literally through your whole life.
And so so at the end of the first rehearsal, the director came to the back and talked to my mom. I really don't know why he came back there, but he talked to my mom, and whatever he said to her, I don't remember what he said to her, but after he got done saying whatever to her, I was like, can I please join? Like, I was paying attention. I know all the songs. Like, I'm ready to go. He was like, okay.
You said, I hear y'all talking, but let me intervene. Can I join the choir?
Help me.
Help me.
And so but because of that, they lowered the age by 1 year. Because it was some other people my age that had joined the choir right after that. And so we was like, in this
That's nice. And that's good that they seen you guys, even though they had an age group to be doing that.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
Good guy.
But,
okay,
hallelujah.
Want to do it?
Hallelujah. So, but I'm saying that to say, as passionate as I was about singing, it took me a long time. Like I was in prayer, like for real, before I realized like maybe this is what you should do with your life. Like I had no idea. Like even prepping to go to college, like that was not on my radar. I was like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna study psychology or like I don't know what to do. And literally, it was just kind of like, maybe a little bit of it hit me senior year. And I had so much fun. Like the choir was on point, like we was doing our thing. I did the musical that year, my senior year. We did Hairspray. It was lit.
Okay.
It was lit. It was a good time.
All right.
I was seaweed. So, but yeah, and so, but like I said, even with all that, it was just kind of like, I have no idea what's about to happen when I go to college, what I'm about to do with my life. I really don't know. And so it took me it took me flunking out of college, right? I went to UD Mercy. And I went.
What did you go for?
My major was psychology.
Okay.
And it was cool. Psychology is really interesting. It's lit. It's a good time.
Especially when you got the best instructor.
I'd be reading people like a mug. I'd be like,
okay. I do the same thing. Like, I literally do. That's how I be like, I be reading energy, vibes, body language. Like,
all that.
Okay.
All that.
Should be great.
Listen, between psychology and the Holy Ghost, you can't get nothing past me.
Okay.
Because I'd be like, I see you.
Right. I see you from a distance.
Listen. But but yeah, psychology was my declared major. Because I was like, they don't even have a music program. That's when I started to be like, well, let me see. But they didn't have a music program. I went to UD Mercy on a track scholarship. That was a good time for me. Now, high school track.
I know how to dust y'all. Why you playing?
Okay, now that was something where I was like, this is my thing. Like, I'm at home on the track.
So he had the wins and the speed, y'all.
You feel me? It was so much like that was my bread and butter. First of all, spring is my favorite season. My birthday's in the spring, and then after coming out of snowy, cold, dark winters, we get our
nice little
back.
Color scene.
You know, the sun sets a little later. All that, and so I used to be. Oh my God, I used to light up. I used to be a flower in bloom in the spring because I would come out the house. I wouldn't have to wear a coat. You get
just
some of that
jacket, you know.
You get some of that crisp spring air.
Yeah, but we got Michigan weather, so it's bipolar. You know.
But I was cool. I said once spring is here, once that first day hit,
it's just here. Okay.
We here. Whatever.
Right.
So, college. Yes. Did not have a music program. Oh, I went on the track scholarship, right? Because, you know, I did my thing in high school. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of fun. I ended up going to like the state track meet and competing there. And so, you know, they were one of the schools that were looking at me and they hit me up. They was like, we want to give you a scholarship to come to our school. I was like, bet. First of all, I really didn't know what I was going to do after high school anyway. So like,
it kind of fit for you.
Yeah.
It kind of gave you an answer without giving you an answer.
Yeah. Now, what I did not know is that if you compete in college athletics, you have to register with the NCAA clearinghouse. You have to, like, in order for them to recognize, okay, you're a college athlete, cool. And you have to do it if you want to receive scholarship money.
Wow.
I did not find out that information until the day that I got on campus. My coach was like, you haven't registered with the NCAA clearinghouse yet. You have to do that before you can run on the team with us. What he didn't say when he said that was that it was too late for them to give me my scholarship.
Oh, wow.
So, I go to college, I do what I'm supposed to do. I still run track because, you know, might as well have some fun while I'm there. We traveled a little bit. It was great. But I got to take out loans. Up here, I got to take out loans when I was supposed to have a scholarship. I can't buy books because I don't have money because I had to take out loans and I don't have a scholarship.
Right.
Y'all don't even do
music. Up on that instant. Wow.
Oh God. And so, yeah, it was a wild time. And I wanted to study music, and y'all don't have none of that. Y'all don't have none of that. Not even extracurriculars. None of that. And so, but saying all this to say, it took me flunking out of college my first year to really stop. And like I said, I was in prayer about it too, because back then I had the mindset of, okay, I have to find something to do for the rest of my life. And after I flunked out, I was just really like distraught because
that take a lot.
That's a big deal. Yeah. I go from, 4.0s at the beginning of my school career to like literally flunking out of college. Like, how? Yeah. But I'll tell you how. And I'm not even going to blame all the surrounding circumstances. It was for me the simple fact that I would look at the work that I was doing and I would be like, I don't want to do this.
You just was pretty much out of it. You didn't. And I feel like with you even explaining like high school for you and going into college, you were already feeling that so naturally to where you just like, it didn't even faze you by the time.
And there's more to that, obviously, but again, another story for another time. But yeah, but it was kind of like, and even on a systematic level, I said, the way y'all running this is stupid. Like, first of all, I come here and I declare that my major is psychology. Why am I in calculus? Calculus.
And calculus ain't no joke.
Calculus. No, I'm sorry. At the time I was in calc, but I did make my way up to calculus, and that was a little badge for me. Yeah. That was a badge for me. That was one thing I was like.
That's one of like the hardest math.
I think it's probably one math class above calculus, and I don't even know what that is. It's probably
I ain't never heard of it before. Something like that. I ain't never heard of it before.
That's really cool. But yeah, so that was a badge. But systematically, I was like, this is stupid. Like, I already got to take out loans. Like
what? Like, what are we doing?
Why am I in this high level? As a psychology major, if you get to anything past like trig or anything, you should be like done with your math requirement.
At that point.
I'm taking world religion.
Honestly, I mean, like, certain classes that they have you take for a major that you don't even make sense to your major.
Highly irrelevant. You're scamming.
Yeah.
You're scamming. Literally, you're stealing people's money.
You're just giving somebody extra classes that for credit.
We want you to be a well-rounded student. What if I don't want that? What if I just want to get in and get out?
What if you just stressed me out? And then what if I failed that class just because you gave me a class I didn't need?
You wildin', bro.
And then you just took my credits and my time.
You wildin' and my money.
Oh, okay. So how did you take singing into your adulthood? Like you as being in a more professionally, like more taking it on? So
I've been at the same church my whole life. So of course I got, plenty of opportunities to sing at church. And then like I would enter talent shows and stuff like that. And, I really could not help myself. And which is why it's mind blowing to me to even think that I had a struggle to decide, okay, like, yeah, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna do something with it. Like I literally cannot help it. Like even, and as a singer, if you sing too much, or if you start to feel, strain or pain, that's the time that your voice is telling you need to be quiet and you need to rest. That's hard for me.
Yeah, because you be wanting to vocalize, do your me.
All that. I be wanting to go in, but
be destined people.
Listen.
Like I can teach you a couple things or two,
And so, but yeah, so taking it into adulthood was number one, realizing that like I have something.
Right, you have a gift.
And then just finding different ways and different spaces to express it. Going to karaoke or just
being your free spirited self, just through singing.
You see, going to open mic nights,
having a ball.
So, and now I've gotten to the point where like I'm literally traveling. Like, I'm a professional singer. Like, on paper, I'm a professional singer. Like, people pay me to come sing.
Right.
On a regular basis.
And that's amazing.
A substantial amount of money.
Okay. When you do it?
Every time.
Right.
Every single time.
So how did you go into becoming an entrepreneur?
That blindsided me. Right. Okay. So I'll start at the beginning when it first came onto my radar. I was at church and somebody prophesied to me. For those who are not familiar, prophecy is when I'm gonna tell you what it's supposed to be. There's a lot of, but I'm gonna keep it real simple. Prophecy is when the person talking to you hears something or sees something inspired by the Spirit of God about you or your situation or what have you, and they tell you, I hear the Lord saying this, blah, right? I'm fighting the urge so hard to over-explain this. So I'm gonna just leave it there. So I was at church and somebody prophesied and they was like, I see entrepreneurship for you. And I was like, excuse me? Because it was not on my mind. It wasn't on my mind at all. I had no business ideas. I had nothing, none of that. And I was like,
And what?
And I powwowed with the Lord. I was like, what this man talking about?
2 + 2 = 4, not 5. What we doing?
So, but the Lord has his ways. And sometimes you got to give the Lord time. Okay. Everything that God say to you is not for that moment, that season. He may bring it to you 5 years later.
And it's 5 days to him.
So fast forward to beginning of the pandemic, and it started out as God was talking to me about just heart issues that I was having. Like I was struggling just a little bit with forgiveness towards people who had done certain things that I had legitimate reason to be upset about because they could have easily handled it better. But that's neither here nor there. Forgiveness is an ongoing process.
And Amen. It's hard.
And so, but the whole thing, it is hard.
Yeah.
It is hard because you be feeling so justified. You be like, no, that was wrong.
Lord, we really hope. Let's see.
We
don't get into it.
I'm telling you. So, God's whole thing with me was like, for where I'm taking you, for what I have for you, for the things that you prayed and asked me for, this kind of stuff can't be in your heart. So I want to, let's deal with it.
Let's clear it up. Let's cleanse it.
Let's get it together. And so basically we went through a process of just digging truly, like being real candid about like what was in my heart and the ways to deal with it. And so after some months of this, I went to my best friend's house, and her and her cousin at the time lived together. Saw her cousin first, and she was like, we was already cool. She was like, Shammah, I had a dream about you, and you were really stressed out. You were dating somebody, and just really stressed out about it. And I was like, okay. I mean, it's definitely a dream because I'm not dating anybody, but I see the symbolism maybe. But anyway. But she was like, yeah, so saying this to say, guard your heart, bro. And I was like, thank you for your love and concern, my dear friend. Also, thank you because I'm putting that on the shirt. And so I was like I considered it for real. I was like, yeah, no, I'm definitely about to put this on the shirt. And like I started having ideas for a logo and everything and blah, blah, blah. And God was basically like, okay, like, do it for real. And also like, this is scripture, like this is my word. Like, don't try to run out here and pimp me. Like, don't. He said that to me. He said, do not pimp me. Like,
oh, don't forgive me. Okay, keep going.
But but through that, I was convicted to do everything legitimately, which meant starting a business.
Right.
And I was like, wow, I don't know how we got here, but we're here.
We're here. Look at me now.
Bless you, Lord. Listen, no, for real though. So it was really something that even though God had told me like a while ago, it still blindsided me. It still was very much like...
Because you wasn't expecting it, but it was brought to... It's like he threw it in your lap. Like,
I wasn't. And usually when I get ideas for stuff like that, it takes me a minute.
Yeah. Because it takes time for a lot of things. That's one thing I definitely take and value seriously is time. Because time is the most expensive thing that we own.
Yeah.
Because it's borrowed time.
I was just saying, we don't even own it.
We don't even own the time. He gave us an hourglass. And we have to do with that hourglass. We get no additional, no less, no not. It's you get the love of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And literally, and that's the thing that I'm still learning to, like, don't take your time for granted. Like, get on it.
And that's why me as a person, that's the two things. That's one of the things that I value when it comes to me either becoming a friend or becoming a significant other. It's like I value your time and I value your money. I'm not a type of person that will just take up your time if I ain't got nothing to do with it. No, because your time is precious and I'm going to treat it the same way. And I would want the same back. And I'm the same with someone's money too. I'm the type of person, I would choose a picnic before going to a fancy dinner because I value your money and your time. Because I'm like, and then that's why I take, when people be like, oh, I was only a few minutes late. Okay, I could take 5 minutes of you being late. But 30 minutes to an hour and I'm still sitting in my crib, that's a lot. And I could be using that valuable time for something.
And here's my thing. I value you as a person first. Enough to be like, do I, especially when it comes to a significant other, it's like, do I like you enough to do that? And if I don't, because when I'm in, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Like
we're locked in.
We're locked in. And so, and I have to value you as a person. I have to see your value, and I have to see how I can appreciate you. Like in a literal sense as well. Like, can I add to your value? Is there anything I can add to you? Is there anything you can add to me? And then we start talking about time, because that's an extension of how much I value you. Like, you said 7 o'clock.
And not only that, and it also plays a part with being communicative. Like, I'm very communicative when it comes to anything now. Like, I learned that, though. It took me time to learn it.
Absolutely.
However, I'm glad that I've got the raps on it. Like, I'm very communicative. Like, oh, did what I state bother you? Or was it something like you have to tell me? I don't read people's minds. I don't, I gotta pay attention to stuff like that.
You do.
Yeah, because you don't wanna assume something and that's not the way that you want it to come off. If that's not the way you intended it to.
Yeah, communication is so important in that regard, because, like, I've been thinking about this a little bit lately. Love languages, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because in a literal sense, if I'm telling you something in English and you only speak Spanish, you won't understand it. I could be saying the sweetest, I could be saying the most encouraging thing to you, but you won't understand it because that's not the language that you speak. Same way when it comes to giving and receiving love. Like, people think, oh, I love hard and blah, blah, blah. Fine, okay, maybe you do. But you have to understand, when you give love, you have to make sure that it's being received the way you're intending it.
The same way,
And even before reciprocation, like, if I like physical touch, a lot of people, some people don't like physical touch. I do. So if I'm being touchy, I have to make sure first, are you receiving it well? Or, and then if not, I gotta revamp so that you can know that I love you for real.
Yeah, I feel like on that love language list, I feel like music should be a part of that. Because, man, I love music so much to where that is literally, for me, that's an addition to my love. Like, if you can't vibe with me, what we doing? What we doing? What are we doing? Because, like, what? But so moving on, because I know we're getting close to our time. But you also pulled before we started the show, and you got choose a decade.
I did. Okay.
So what decade did you choose and why?
It was hard, but it wasn't that hard. 90s, because it's a good time. It's colorful. It's vibey. It's vibrant. Gas was 99 cents and less.
Man,
wages, the world was so much more livable on a financial level.
The music was hitting.
And I mean,
hitting. Talking about R. Kelly outside the window. No, not even that either. No.
Yikes! It's okay.
But
it's okay.
We got it though. But it was music though. Music was really hitting with the boombox outside the window. That's what I meant to say. With the rain pouring.
And you had the best of everything. I think the way music is now, it's evolved a little bit, but
I feel like nothing can hit. Nothing can hit back to the.
Because they used to dig.
They used to hit your soul. They
was not playing games.
They was not playing.
Everything was in the 90s. Everything was really like full on, and that's one thing I really love about it. Like, again, really vibrant, really colorful. Like, I love it. It was a good time. So that's the decade I would choose.
I'm glad. Yeah, I love the 90s. That's yes. And you also chose a number between 1 through 10, and you chose number 5.
I did. I have no idea
what about B of number 5. And that question is, what is something you do every single day?
Sing.
Ooh.
Sing.
Every single day?
Every single day.
What is it a part of your routine now? Or you just have to
It's on a subconscious level. Ooh. I told you, I literally cannot help it. Sometimes I have it so bad. Sometimes I will sing and I'll be singing before I realize that I'm singing. Now,
you say I'm that in tune without a doubt. It's in my bloodstream.
And that's so funny to me because by the time I realize I'm singing, I'll forget what I was singing.
Oh, yes.
I'd be like, before. I know I was just making sound.
What was I saying?
Like even, I have to be really like down. I have to be really depressed to not sing. But even then, I think I still sing because of what I just explained.
Because it helps you out.
Not even a help.
It's a way of expressing.
Yeah, it's just in me to do.
It's like your love language. Low key.
Sing to me.
Sing to me. Tell me what I'm
saying. Sing to me.
I love it. But yeah, I love that. I feel like with that, everybody communicates in different ways, especially something that you're passionate about. And then that's the same for me. As soon as I hear a beat, if someone made a beat and I hear it, I'll be like, okay, let me hear it again. And then I sing and I'll be like, I don't know what I just said. And if it wasn't recorded, I can't sing it again. I hate it. I really do. I really hate it. It is so bad. But are we doing a part 2?
Let's, because
we got to dig a little deeper.
I was going to say, we had to skate over so many things.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I'm ready.
Do part 2? Okay. Yeah. So for those that are listening, we'll be doing a part 2, and our part 2 will be on our lovely Patreon and for our subscribers. So make sure you stay tuned. And thanks again for coming, Mr. Carter.
Thank you for having me. This was a good time.
Thank you. Is there anything you would like to say before we close?
Guard your heart, people.
Yes.
I love y'all.
All right. And all of his information will be down below in the description or in our bio. Stay tuned for much more. See ya. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Elegance of Nae Podcast. I'm your host, Nae, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also follow us at the Elegance of Nae Podcast. Until next time, see ya.